Hello everybody, and if we just ignore the fact that I've cheated to get here, welcome to Chetnall, the Leasue station in Dorset, but only just as it's not that far from the border with Somerset. Anyways, a few years ago I tried and succeeded in boarding a train from here heading towards Weymouth. However, I didn't film it, and I'm not even too sure if I had my YouTube channel, that's how long ago it was, so I thought today, on this random Sunday morning, I'd come back to Chetnall and do the exact same thing, but only I would film it. Chetnall station is the Leasue station in Dorset, and although it doesn't get many passengers, it just so happens on the day I decided to film it, there was 2 other passengers boarding the exact same train. Chetnall station itself doesn't have very many facilities. It does have a help point and a concrete shelter. I'm not too sure why I went a bit haywire with my words then, sorry about that. And the platform itself is just concrete slabs. You do get nice views of the railway line and the scenery from this station though, and it can be quite nice and peaceful on a Sunday morning. I wouldn't want to be here when it's raining. Anyway, that's enough about the Leasue station in Dorset. Here is my train arriving to take me to Weymouth. Last time I did this journey, it was a Super Sprinter Class 158, but today it was a Thames Turbo Class 166. I'm not too sure which one I prefer, probably both of them. Anyway, here I am heading onwards towards Weymouth. Here I am arriving into Major Newton, where we pass over the token to the other train heading in the other direction. Major Newton is often used as a passing point along the Heart of Wessex line, but I do believe once or twice a week or a day or however many times, Dorchester West and Yeovil Pen Mill stations are also used as passing points. Here I am leaving Major Newton on my way towards Weymouth, with the next station being Dorchester West. However, a long time ago, and I mean a very long time ago, you could get trains down a now disused branch line towards Catterstock and Bridport. Actually, I'm not too sure if it was Catterstock, it might have been somewhere else, I think it was. Ignore the Catterstock bit, but once upon a time, there were trains from here to Bridport, and I think it'd be very useful if that line still existed. Here I am passing through a disused railway station near the village of Grimstone. This abandoned railway station is located right by the side of the A37 road. I have had a look on the UK abandoned railways map, however I can't actually find out what this station was called, so I'm just presuming it was called Grimstone. I could be wrong though. Here I am arriving into Dorchester West, which is sometimes, but not very often, used as a passing point along with Yeovil Pen Mill. This station, along with Maiden Newton and Yeovil, is quite a large station and is one of the largest stations along the Heart of Wessex route, at least on this part of the line, especially if we just ignore the other stations along the line, such as Westbury and Bristol, Temple Meads and all of that lot. Here you can change for the lovely Dorchester town centre, local bus services and train services towards Bournemouth, Southampton and London Waterloo from the nearby Dorchester South station. Anyway, because we didn't have to wait for an inbound train, we didn't wait here for very long at all before we were on our way towards Weymouth. Not long after leaving Dorchester West, we joined the main line from Bournemouth, Southampton and London Waterloo. This is why on the section of the Heart of Wessex route between Dorchester and Weymouth you'll find third rail, as trains heading onwards towards London Waterloo via Dorchester South are powered by the third rail rather than overhead cables or just downright old-fashioned diesel power. Here I am arriving into Upwey Station. This is located in the northern suburbs of Weymouth, and this station isn't actually that popular. I've never seen that large of a crowd waiting at this station. However, that's probably because it also gets just as good as a bus service heading into Weymouth and also sometimes heading outwards towards Dorchester. This station gets served by both Heart of Wessex Great Western trains and South Western trains heading towards London Waterloo. I believe those are once an hour. I could be wrong though. As I arrive into Weymouth Station, here we can see a load of signs. I'm not too sure what these are called, I can't really be bothered. They're probably called Weymouth TMD or something like that. I know it's not big enough to be a TMD, but hey, who cares? Now I expected this depot to be full of South Western trains, but in fact there were 3 Great Western Thames Turbo units sat here and no South Western units, so that did surprise me quite a bit. The lamppost though was still in the old Network South East red colour scheme, which I found very nice. Anyway, here I am arriving into Weymouth Platform 1, which is shorter than all of the other platforms. Probably because it is almost exclusively used for Heart of Wessex line trains, which are only formed of 2 or 3 carriages, 4 at most. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this short and probably complete utter crap video on the Heart of Wessex line between Chetnall and Weymouth, but it was just something a little bit different, and I do really hope you enjoyed it. And I'm sorry I cheated to get to Chetnall, it was just too much of a faff to get the train to Chetnall. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!